This week on Inside Boulder News. Find out which bike can help you go faster and farther. You can prevent pedestrian fatalities by doing this simple thing. And members of City Council took a tour this week around Boulder. Find out why. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your chance to share your stories, get involved, and keep up to date on all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. Next week, the City of Boulder will step up enforcement around crosswalk safety ordinances. The Heads Up campaign is a part of a larger effort to reduce or eliminate collisions involving pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles. There are many ways to get around Boulder, whether that's cycling through town, taking a stroll down the street, or cruising down one of Boulder's avenues. These methods of transportation all have one thing in common: crosswalks. Next week, city law enforcement will start cracking down on traffic laws revolving around street safety.
These efforts are part of our Heads Up, Mind the Crosswalk campaign. We do this several times each year just to educate our community members and enforce the crosswalk ordinances to keep everybody safe as they cross the street.
From July 24th through the 28th, city staff in conjunction with the Boulder Police Department will be at various crosswalks around the city, reminding people of the Heads Up safety message.
The Heads Up campaign is a part of a much broader effort called Toward Vision Zero, which is a community partnership in order to implement the safety strategies along with the broader Boulder community.
Police want to remind pedestrians to always activate the crossing signals before entering the road. For bicyclists, a no more than 8 miles per hour speed limit is required when entering the road or approaching a crosswalk. And for drivers, they need to stop and wait for those using the crosswalk. Any violation of these provisions could result in a fine of $50 to $125 and could cost drivers 4 points on their driving record.
The overall message of our campaign is to be aware, whether you're a cyclist, a pedestrian, or you're operating motor vehicles, to be aware of your surroundings as you travel through Boulder.
A lot of improvement and construction is happening around our city. This week, members of council and the planning board took a bus tour around Boulder, checking out some key projects that are a part of the Capital Improvement Program. The Capital Improvements Program is a 6-year plan for public physical improvements that range from water utility to public safety. These projects are funded through a voter-approved tax. And members of City Council took a tour of some of these still-in-progress projects.
Well, today we got to go on a great capital improvement tour, and we saw 3 big projects that Boulder's in the middle of doing.
One of those projects was a tour of the Potassium Water Treatment Facility, which includes a steel tank rehabilitation, filter rebuilding, and a dewatering building addition.
Obviously, water is very key, important infrastructure for the city, and it's really exciting to go up in the hills and see all the upgrades.
Next stop was the University Hill Event Street.
It's really exciting to see the potential for how it can bring community together in that neighborhood, and I'm looking forward to some of the programming that will be there. And I don't live that far away, so that'll be a real addition to the community, I think.
And the last stop on the tour was in downtown Boulder.
The other big project we saw was the civic area renovation and upgrades of our park along the creek. And oh my God, it's going to be so exciting. The kids are going to love it. They're adding play features right there on the patio in front of the library, and much more interaction with the creek, and a new curvy bike path. And anyhow, it'll be great, and I think the community is going to be so excited to see it when they're completed by the end of the fall.
Planning board members joined the tour as well.
This is the second tour I've been on for the CIP, and every time I do a CIP tour now, these 2 times, just been blown away by the care and the quality of the work that Boulder staff does and how well they spend our money.
Money that is being spent for the overall good of the city of Boulder.
To spend 80% of the money in the CIP, and it's about $500 million over 5 years, and to spend 400 or so million of those dollars on maintaining the good infrastructure that we already have and that we rely on, means that our parks are always being refreshed, our water systems, sewer, water treatment, sewage treatment, bridges, streets. It's a great program for the city.
If you haven't tried out an electric bike out just yet, now is the time. Boulder County is helping residents have a healthier commute. Pedaling up the hill has never been easier thanks to electric bikes.
It works just like a regular bike. It just helps you. It makes you feel 10 times stronger.
E-bikes, as they're called, can assist people of all ages and fitness levels to get out of a car and onto a bike.
A normal bicycle that has an electric drive motor that responds to your pedaling. So every time you pedal, it helps you. So power is measured in wattage. So if you put out 150 watts, which is an average person's kind of pedaling stroke, it powers you up to 450 watts. It turns you into almost like a pro racer.
Prices can range from the lower to the upper thousands of dollars, but now a new discount program offered by Boulder County is making e-bikes more accessible.
The program started last year and it was really ramped up here this year, and it's going to go through September 30th, 2017. So you get a couple months here to go in and get a 25% discount off an e-bike.
For many years now, Boulder has been leading the way for a greener commute. Electric bikes became an official part of that effort in 2014.
In 2014, the city amended its ordinance to allow e-bikes on multi-use paths throughout the city. And that's one of the first communities in the U.S. to do so. And since then, many other cities have been following suit.
Programs such as these give people yet another great option for getting around the town. And an e-bike can be for just about anyone in this bike-friendly city.
Most cities recognize e-bikes as a way to prolong trips within the city, go the extra distance. And then it's also really good for aging population to help them go further and farther. And it's a great way to stay in shape and also get to where you need to be.
ProStreet is a City of Boulder staple offering many things to its visitors. And this year the attraction is celebrating its 40th year. Boulder is celebrating ProStreet Mall's 40th birthday. And to celebrate, Downtown Boulder is collecting photographs of the city's popular pedestrian shopping area for a commemoration. All the pictures collected will be displayed at the ProStreet Visitor Center and on Downtown Boulder's website. From now until August 3rd, those who submit pictures will be submitted into a drawing for great prizes. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.